It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Browns and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
Come on, Vikings.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows.
Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here come the Browns on offense with Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick at quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Mayfield on play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. First carry for Nick Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 8 yards to go on second down. Mayfield now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Mayfield off the play fake. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 24 carries, 99 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. Well, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
And he will have the Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He finds his man, complete. It's Gregory. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. They'll run on first down. It's Cook trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle by Eric Armstead. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Smith catches left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to the ground, Cook. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Looking to throw. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. That time a 9-play drive, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat in the drive when we get at the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw into the hands of Hooper. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now back to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harper. First target, first catch, and a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So a nice kick there as they were able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Mayfield this time gets it off to Chubb. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Well, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur. I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a throw here, hauled in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Here we go on 2nd and 12. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Gregory. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Can he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And that one will fall incomplete.
After review of the play,
They'll work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. Justin Fields leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at...
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep because they've gone deep. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Second down at 7. They'll look to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. They run. Cook. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 69 yards on the ground for him so far. 4 yards remain for second down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. They'll look to throw. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown? Blitz coming, and down he goes. Grant Delpit. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at third down as a manageable situation. One that they have a...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Cleveland offense making their way out. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And the Vikings pick up the football. Pushing his way through. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Man open, here is Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Now it's 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just trying to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line.
92 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A good run there on the right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. It reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give. This is Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Left side, Cook. Room here to run. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Browns drive about to get started.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Mayfield down. And finding the tight end Hooper. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chain. On fourth down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throw left side complete. That's Harper. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Justin Tucker on the field goal of 45 yards.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll find Jones again, complete. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. Vikings 22-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Big hole up the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Mayfield on target to Landry for a Browns 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the...
And he's got his tight end. It's Hooper for the Browns touchdown.
Austin Hooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Cormier, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
To throw on third down. Blanton. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brings up 4th down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Browns.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. Mayfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
To throw, Mayfield.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll get